Hello, men. Good to see you. In Romans chapter 1, verses 22 through 32, Paul describes the consequences that befall people who choose to suppress or hold down the truth about God, the truth that we have in a creator, the truth that we do have ultimate accountability to this creator. People who choose not to retain God in their knowledge, meaning either outright denial or perhaps simply compartmentalizing God down to a very small part of their lives, like I had done for many years. God was just someone who I did business with a couple of hours a week, and the rest of the time I lived my life like I chose. Well, this is a very dangerous thing. We know from Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9, that the heart, our hearts are deceitful. Our hearts deceive us. Proverbs twice tells us that there is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is death. It could be death of relationships, physical death, death of a soul. God is here to guide us. He asks us to walk with him. But he will not continue to walk with us if we embark on the path of denial. Right here in these verses, he talks about giving people over to their lusts, giving people over to their passions, giving people over to their debased minds. God is a gentleman, and he's not going to body block us. The real issue here appears to be a heart issue, not a logic issue. Logically, we would want to seek what our Creator has for us. Logically, we would want to know what his guidance is, what his direction is, what he believes is best for us, not what we think seems right. And so the question then is a trust issue. Are we willing to trust our Creator with the desires of our heart? I think it's very easy for people to shy away from God because of a fear that God might interfere or block the realization of their heartfelt desires. Well, the Bible has an answer for this. In Psalm 37, verse 4, the psalmist writes, "Delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart." Well, delighting ourselves in the Lord means having a relationship with him, having an intimate relationship with him, not letting unforgiven sin get in the way of that relationship. That's why it's so important that we go to God and to confess the sins that we have committed, that we know we do, and seeking forgiveness through Jesus and his atoning death on the cross, and wanting God and seeking his righteousness, not our idea of righteousness. We can think we're going to go off on a moral path, and yet, because of the deceitfulness of our hearts, if we don't have the compass of the direction of God, the direction he has for us, we can go off on a wrong path. We can say we would never do some of these things that are listed in those verses. Unmerciful, unloving, vile passions. We could say, oh no, I would never fall into that. And yet if we're trusting ourselves to give ourselves our own guidance, the problem is we can so easily veer off into a very bad direction whose end is a bad outcome. So my encouragement to you men is delight yourself in the Lord and trust that he will give you the desires of your heart. And so until I see you again, may the Lord richly bless you, my brothers.